Hi, guys. This is Manni Chopra at Titans with Xuan. How are you, Xuan?
I'm very good, excited to see you.
Yes, I'm super excited because I've been meaning to invite you for a really long time, and finally we've got you to come. So we're obviously super excited about your talk, but really I just wanted to find out a little bit more about your journey, and obviously you have grown tremendously. So do you want to tell us a little bit about your background and your journey up to this point?
Okay, I actually don't come from a property development background. I'm actually accountant by background. I used to work in investment fund, started my first job in Luxembourg. So I'm very, very good with numbers. But about 7 years ago, I gave birth to a baby girl. And to be honest, initially I was thinking of becoming a housewife, but unfortunately, very quickly I realized some issues with my ex, etc. It was not possible. So I was thinking, is there anything I can do that can allow me to give my daughter a good life, financial stability, but also have the time to look after her? And the property was the only solution. And at that time, I was so scared. I was on my maternity leave, and my relationship broke down with my ex. And I think I probably had a bit of postnatal depression as well. And the property saved me. At the time, it was a difficult, very scary decision, but I took the plunge. Now, looking back, it's the best thing I have ever done. I'm so happy with my team, with what I do every day, and I can't wait for Monday. And I think I'm very lucky.
Well, you're living the life, really. I mean, if you can, if that's the passion that you have in
Yeah.
property, and you are doing it like you're living a passion,
Yeah.
which I think there could be no better
I
thing than
joke
that.
with people, one day when I'm a 70-year-old grandma and I'll be living in my villa in Bahamas and I'll get up in the morning, still do a few hours of property because it's my passion. Why not?
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
seem like work, basically, right?
Yeah.
And impressive that you've actually come such a long way in such a short space of time, and you built up this massive team of 45 people.
Yeah.
How did you do it? How this in a snapshot? Can you tell us, how did you start? What was your first deal, and how did you come to this point?
Yeah, so my biggest issue, actually, sometimes maybe it's a stereotype for women as well. I'm a woman, I'm allowed to say it, is limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
When I first started, all I wanted was 3 HMO. Why? Because I did the math. If I get 3 HMOs, I can get enough passive income to pay for my bills. And that's all I ever wanted. And I thought it will take a long time. But guess what? Within 1 year, I got it. I'm like, okay, now I need to change my objective. And I change it to like 6 HMO so I can go on holidays, do different things. I even call the houses, this is my holiday house, this is private school house, etc. And guess what? Within 18 months, I achieved again. So I have to keep moving my goalpost. And now with hindsight, I wish I have dreamed a bit bigger and had a plan for the next 10 years, 20 years, instead of, just
But you know what? I think, as you said, I don't think you could do any better than what you're already doing. So
Thank
I
you.
don't think that comes into the picture. But what do you want to share about today? Because I know that there's a lot of negativity in the property in 2025, and people are very nervous about what's going to happen. People are saying it's going to crash. Renters' rights bill. I mean, what are your thoughts? What are your plans? What are your thoughts for property in 2025?
To be honest, I do find, even though I absolutely love property and I'm so passionate about it, I do find it a bit frustrating because I started my journey in 2018. You can imagine, I've just started aftermath of Brexit, and then I thought it would be better, and then COVID, and I thought it would be better, and the interest rate rise. Now, if people tell me next year will be better, I'm like, okay, not again. It feels like swimming upstream and it's frustrating. But at the same time, I'm super grateful because if it was easy, I wouldn't have developed my risk management plan. Later, I'll share with the wider audience. I wouldn't have built a team. Actually, most of them are based in the Philippines, which is super scalable, cost-effective, and effective. And I wouldn't have this sourcing strategy of getting shipping container. I have like every month containers arriving from China. So I get a lot of material from China. So in order to adapt to this market and still keep my profit margin, actually what I'm most proud of is I probably have done 50, 60 projects now in the past 6, 7 years. Not a single project lost money. Swear to God, not a single project lost money. But I think in order to achieve that, I had to have those perfect my system. But if the market was good, I wouldn't have the drive, or I don't have the need to do it. So I'm also grateful. And I think the market will turn. It's cyclical. And I don't know how, and I don't want to say it's next year by jinxing it. But when the market turns, my machine is ready and I can take on big, serious project and make even more profit.
And how are you going to cope with the renters' rights bill? Because that is going to bring some serious challenges to landlords. Compliance has to be, 100%. They're talking about rent prepayment orders. Councils can just enter your building and fine you on the spot, all of that. How are you going to de-risk that?
I have no idea, because my property manager sits next door. When you trust someone, you delegate. So I have a property manager full-time managing all my HMO and single lets. You can speak to her. Ask her about it. Yeah. Delegation.
Delegation is the only way to do it, right?
Yeah, my core strength is financial structuring, sourcing, finding the investor, finding the sites. And every other part of the business, I have people helping me.
Delegated, outsourced. Brilliant. Well, not outsourced, delegated.
Yeah.
Well, I think, you've got this amazing structure and looking forward to hearing all about it. If you can give the audience one tip for those of you who could make it here today and who are kind of thinking, shall I stay in property? Shall I sell up? Shall I, keep going? What would the tip be?
I think from my personal point of view, I wish someone has told me to think a little bit bigger. Yeah. If I have thought a bit bigger, I think I would be much more successful.
I think that message is right directly for me, because I think I'm kind of having a limited belief right now. I'm thinking, fine, I'm doing okay. There's no point in taking additional risks. And so I think you are personally to deliver this message.
You are doing brilliantly, my darling. If you are doing okay, I'll dig a hole and bury myself.
But you know what I mean? You're thinking this limiting belief is literally in everyone. And I think you're literally passing on this personal message. This is what I'm feeling. So thank you so much. Looking forward to your talk. And Titans are grateful for having you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me and my team.
Yes, thank you.